You ain't got nobody else to do that.
Don't tell me that you can't count on me, right?
Nah, never. I never ever said that. You know, this is, and I wish you knew how bad I felt too, because I kept telling Trevor and even Spence, I was like, nah, I feel bad because shouldn't have wasted my phone call, bro. It's like, who wants to be a millionaire? You know what I'm saying? And you have to phone a friend, bro. I was like, I wasted it on bullshit.
Well, he was even like, bro, just take us to Trevor's. And Trevor was like, no, he's already done enough, bro.
Yeah, bro. I live within. We walked there in 10 minutes, bro. Not even.
And I'm kind of like,
We were
bro,
back.
I ain't trying to take y'all to Trevor's. Like, I'm trying to go back home, go back to bed.
Anyway, welcome back, No Look Passengers, the most professional amateur podcast in the world, #1 podcast east side of the new Catawba River that has been recently formed. Same old crew in here, kind of
bullshit,
kind of, sort of. First off, shout out to Party Mike. He's coming home from the beach right now, fresh off a fresh vacation. Some PTO. We gave that boy some paid time off. He's been putting in some work. You know, we sent him out to the beach with the family. Trevor's in here, my man F80 Trevor.
Yo.
Excited
You
business.
sent him out to the beach?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, the passengers.
Wait a minute,
did.
time out. Why ain't I getting any of these perks for being here so much? Like,
Party Mike is a established member of the squad. You guys are esteemed, honored guests. It is a difference, but you're just as respected. Now, let me finish the intro. We have F80 Trevor in here. Big news for F80 Trevor. We're going to talk about that later.
Yeah.
Secondly, we have very special guests in the building. Coming off a monumental, a life-saving moment for the boys. So I'll give it up for NARC. NARC. Also, in the building,
that's the man right there.
we have the one, the only, Spotlight Scotty Brooks.
Where the hell's he at?
Spotlight Scotty Brooks. Spotlight Scotty Brooks. My man Joe back in the building, man.
What's up, man? Good to see you.
Welcome back. It's been a minute, boys.
See you,
We
big
haven't
dog.
we haven't done one of these in a minute. man.
We haven't, man. We haven't.
Which-
I
which
don't,
you-
think, I don't think we've all been together in a minute.
No.
Yeah.
I think what was it? AEW was the last time we were all together.
Joel's been flying
Probably,
around the
bro.
globe, okay?
Yeah, Joe's been working. Joe's been putting the footwork in, and we love to see it.
Thank you.
You know.
Thank you.
Also, but before we get into the bullshit and, talking shit and laughing and everything, everything good you guys' way after the hurricane, the storm?
Very fortunate. No damage. If there is some damage, very minor.
Excellent,
Same.
man. It was one of those crazy things, man. It happens, and you kind of just like think about everybody, and like
Got friends that have lost everything.
it sucks, man. But
Who's
glad
your-
you guys are
who's your-
safe.
oh, wait. Speaking of that, who's your internet provider here?
We have Spectrum.
Okay, that's cool.
Do you have internet
I
at your
don't.
house? Me neither. Okay,
But
so
Jeff across the street, he has it.
Spectrum?
Yes.
Hmm.
And the
Spectrum's
house
wildin',
directly
dude.
beside me, nothing.
Spectrum's wild.
Listen,
Why would they even go fix that guy's internet and not fix across the street?
Well, I think it stops at like his house. Like everybody up from his house towards town, they have it.
Oh my
So
God.
Maybe
it's
part
kind of a
the
weird
CIA.
situation, right? Like I don't know what
Conspiracy, yeah.
Conspiracy
The,
theories.
I'm wondering if it's the
Jamie's too honest. They can't let him in on all the secrets.
yeah. I think it's down there near that big intersection.
to do. Yeah.
I think it's down there where the power lines were down.
No,
like,
yeah,
hanging in the road. I think that's the problem.
It's kind of one of those things where it's like I don't want to bitch about my internet because that's
and that's,
you know what
that's
I'm saying.
been me
It's
too.
like,
But I've got a 6-year-old that's driving me crazy.
he needs some damn Miss Rachel. It's fucking, it's a Bluey.
Like we've.
Nah, I guess he's older. He's way older than Bluey. is.
No, it's Fortnite.
Fortnite. Okay.
Yeah,
hell
like
yeah.
it's,
Oh, yeah.
Well, I've
Damn,
had
and
to. I've
it's
had
not-
to tactically acquire a Starlink,
Ooh, that's
so he can play
that's-
Fortnite.
that's-
I
that's
can't do
actually
anything
a-
else while he's playing Fortnite though.
it's actually a crazy thing to think of, just randomly as fuck. Kids today don't.
Tell me not to say certain words, but here you are dropping F-bombs in the first 4 minutes.
The F-bomb's different on YouTube.
I didn't say. Listen, I was trying to keep it under what I said. Okay. Now there's going to be connotations. Which R word did Spotlight say?
It rhymes with.
Yeah.
Rhymes with
But
tape.
kids today. But kids today won't understand like the beauty of just like a single player game.
Oh, we figured it out because so we're like, let's see, we get power back Wednesday after the storm. We're still struggling, obviously, to figure out what we're doing in a house that has absolutely nothing because our house runs off internet. I think it was Friday. I was like, I'm sitting there. I was like, dang, it'd be nice to have a single player game right now. And then it clicked, like a light bulb went off, and I was like, dude, I downloaded Spider-Man before this happened.
Yeah.
Oh,
What
yeah.
a good one too.
And so me and him like rolled through
Heck yeah.
Spider-Man 3 or 4 times.
You gotta get him like a GameCube, man. You gotta
I
put him on
did,
like some old shit.
Do like some old.
We
school
finally
Metal Gear
got-
Solid,
yeah.
with
We finally got
Splinter Cell
bored.
and shit.
Yeah.
We finally got bored of Spider-Man, and he was like, "Daddy, I want another game to play." I was
Started
like, "All right."
busting his ass in Madden just to make
No.
yourself feel good.
No, it actually
To get the Panthers a win.
yeah, that's funny. It kind of made me feel better than that. He was like, "Daddy, I want WWE."
Oh hell, it's free this month.
Yeah, I didn't know that because I didn't have internet. So what did
Oh.
I do? I went and
Hell
bought the
yeah.
hard copy from Walmart.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
So you tactically acquired Starlink?
Yeah, I tactically acquired a
Is
Starlink.
that just a nice way of saying you borrowed it from someone?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
I like it. So what's the deal with the Starlink? Isn't Elon
It's-
sending all that out or something? Like
Yeah, but to places like fucking Chimney Rock and Burnsville, like
Yeah.
No, we'll get it too.
no, because at work,
They sent a few in.
no, at work I probably had 35 on my truck yesterday.
yeah.
I'll be honest with you though, there's a lot of people that use them as like their primary internet source,
And it's
but
You
I
wouldn't get it?
I couldn't do it in my household.
Yeah, man, it's not ready yet.
Like
It's not ready.
some of the people that's up in the mountain, they're
all
at the top of the sky already, can
Yeah.
put it on top of their roof.
No
and
trees in the
and
way.
Be fine.
Yeah.
But down in the valleys, bro, it ain't. It
Just
ain't
don't work?
No, like I pay Spectrum for internet. Like I pay them.
Yeah, and it's
What do you
good
think it
internet
was
when
like
it's
in
on.
Huh?
What do you think it'd be like where I live?
It,
Yeah, wide open area.
I don't know. It might be alright.
What does it run off of?
Satellite.
It's got an antenna, bro. I've got this huge antenna sitting in my. I've got a table in my driveway, and it's sitting on top of my table, and it's. I'm used to my 800 to a gig download speed right now,
Yeah.
and
It's on some like
But you're
I
supposed
might-
to get a dish too, put it in the yard.
that's what the antenna is.
Oh, so you don't
It's
have it? You don't have it hooked up in the yard where it's supposed to be?
You didn't see it?
Uh-uh.
Okay, well, whenever you go back, it's big, bro. Like it's sitting on that big round table, like it's.
Sorry.
But my 800 to a gig
No, I'm
down.
supposed to be paying attention to you.
Well, no, I mean, you were worried about the UPS driver. Anyway, so the 800 to a gig download speed that I'm used to, I'm getting like 24 to 58 megabytes per second right now.
So you're
on
hurting.
Starlink. It's enough to run. Like if Braylon, if he wants to play Fortnite, like it's good enough for him to play Fortnite.
That's it though.
but you
But
can't
that's
watch
it.
TV.
Yeah, it's good enough for me to watch TV when nobody else is on it. But other than that, bro, like I don't see how people use it as a primary. $120 a month, and you're using it as your primary? Nah,
I mean, Spectrum's not that expensive, so
I
like,
pay
it's
about
kinda-
that right now with Spectrum.
Spectrum
for
is one
my
of those
gig.
things like you go and you get Spectrum internet, it's super cheap, and then like 3 months down the road, you look at your bill and you're like, how
They
the fuck
added
did my bill?
$10.
How did my bill double?
No,
Yeah,
they
like,
started doing that to me, and
Yeah.
finally it got up to almost $100, and I was like, bro, I can go ahead and upgrade to a gig and give you 20 more. Like,
Yeah.
so I'm at a gig right now for 120. I'm paying the same amount for Spectrum and getting that 800 to a gig versus 120 for Starlink, getting 24 to 58
Yeah,
megabytes. Like,
but I wonder if
Also, Spectrum
have to
customer
run
service,
Verizon.
ass customer
oh, dude, they didn't
service.
have a clue what to tell me about my disconnection
Yeah.
after the hurricane. So I went and found a Spectrum guy
Yeah.
and settled it with him.
Can I help you?
Nah, that's how they really are. I'm like, bro, you got to talk to a robot for 30
But
minutes.
it's honestly it's
then an
amazing.
Indian person
It's amazing how far
who can't speak
Spectrum,
English.
like
Oh,
from the
Bubba, how
states
you
that
doing?
Spectrum holds, like it's amazing. I didn't realize Spectrum was that big, but my buddy in Nashville has Spectrum. The guys that I spoke to that I tracked down they came all the way from New York. So I mean,
no.
I seen these dudes. I seen these dudes working on I stopped these guys working on a cable line out there, and they were from like Ontario,
Yeah,
Like,
Spectrum's actually a big deal.
so let me ask
I didn't
you
realize
this.
it.
Not
They
to
didn't used to be.
Yeah, no.
They turned into it.
I feel like it.
Well, they bought Time Warner. You know,
I mean,
a lot
that
of
is
people don't-
true, but
they
Time
bought-
Warner
they bought
was
Time
like a
Warner, and then they bought
Southeast thing.
Well, that's because they bought Charter. Spectrum also bought Charter. They bought a bunch of these smaller internet. Like there used to be Cablevision and all
Yeah.
that. They've bought a ton of. Here's what sucks about McDowell County, where we live, as far as internet.
sucks about McDowell.
Nothing.
County.
McDowell's
This
strong,
one
baby.
thing is what sucks about McDowell County. So everywhere else, you have a choice of who your internet service provider will be, because of the AT&T monopoly from the 80s that was signed in. This is designated as one of the towns that was giving to like GTE, which is now Frontier. So in order to decide on the phone lines what service comes in and what cable service comes in, like you go over to Asheville, you can get AT&T UVerse, DirecTV, all these different things, right? Come here, you can't get UVerse, you can't get Comcast or Xfinity, you can't get any of those other options. You go outside of McDowell County because of the way it's locked, because of federal law. You've got all those.
Damn,
options.
really?
Yep.
That's
Now,
insane.
hey,
I'm
hang
telling
on.
you.
Let's listen to what he has to say.
hang on. I'm gonna say this. There's a lot of BFEs in McDowell County. You reside in one of them.
You're damn right. I do.
So you've also got to understand they ain't had time to get out your way to run these wires.
Wait a minute. Time out.
Like these other rich counties, bro.
No. I'm telling you, it's because of that. I've actually spoken to.
Well, they burying fiber lines everywhere.
No, they're burying
with
fiber.
Spectrum.
Okay, so Frontier's finally supposed to get fiber, and Frontier's the only line. I still don't have Spectrum out there, and it's been 40 years since there's been cable.
So you have Frontier right now?
No, I have. Let's just put it this way: a friend of ours that used to work at Verizon.
So you tactically acquired something.
I didn't tactically. I paid for it.
Okay. So what do you have?
I have Verizon
You have
Wireless.
Verizon.
I have the Verizon Wireless box.
He's
Okay,
running off a
whenever-
hotspot off the iPhone.
I
Listen,
was
whenever
for a
you
while. I'm not lying. Listen, I was for a while.
your life is going to change when you do get Spectrum. I will tell you that much.
Yeah,
No, what I'm
Spectrum's
saying
strong.
is Spectrum will never come out that way. Because
Spectrum got some balls,
Spectrum's
though.
not
I'll
coming
tell
out
you
that
that.
way. I've already talked to them, man. They're
Bro,
But you talked to them yesterday, bro. That doesn't mean
They're not
10 years
coming out.
from now. They burying fiber lines out in dang Montfort Cove, bro.
Would
Come
you,
on.
Would you like to? You want to put a nice little wager on this one?
Within 10 years, you don't have Spectrum?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
How
this
much?
is pointless. Y'all are never gonna catch.
We're gonna
this in.
we're gonna come back to this
It's
podcast
never gonna
10
get
years
cashed
from
in.
now, and he's gonna be like,
Somebody's
"Do you have
afraid
Spectrum?"
to
I'm like,
shake
"Fuck
my
you."
hand.
JB gonna call a charter man tomorrow.
Yeah. Hey, I need you to go to this address.
Well, let me tell you about Spectrum, though. This is the last thing I'll say about them. Their internet's good and all, but let me tell you this, bro. One time I lost my debit card. I do that all the time, by the way. And then
not
I had,
good.
I got
Why
it.
are we broadcasting?
No,
that?
no, no. Look, I had to get a new one.
Everybody look for Trevor's.
So
debit
whenever you get a
card.
new debit card and everything that you pay for that just comes off the debit card whenever it wants,
PIN numbers 1, 2, 3, 4.
you got to switch it over. You got to switch all the shit you pay for. And I forgot to redo my Spectrum account onto my new card, and I had no clue, and I don't check my email. Well, my shit ran out. Spectrum, I guess they got tired of me not paying, bro. I'm like, oh shit, my internet went out. And I call them, and they're like, oh yeah, you haven't paid in over a month. And I was like, okay, well shit, I got a new debit card. And I gave them my new debit card number, and I thought, okay, it's paid for now. I thought they could just, flip a switch, turn it back on. Nah, bro, them motherfuckers, whenever you quit paying, they come and rip the shit out from your drive. Because whenever, dog, I wake up the next morning, there's fucking Spectrum guys in my driveway burying the fucking cords
the
under the
shit
rocks
back in.
and shit, bro. I'm like, you guys walked into my driveway and ripped the shit out of my house? Like, what the fuck?
I will say this, though,
You
B-May.
get your ass shot.
I know, right? I'm like, who the fuck is this?
I will say this.
Spectrum. The
B-May,
gangsters of
since you don't have internet right now, make sure that you do get that credit.
How do I do that?
You just call them. They'll put you on a list. They applied the credit to my account today.
Okay.
Nice.
I need to do
Y'all
that.
boys keep talking. I'm going to grab another BL. Anybody need anything?
But
No, I'm good.
with
right
that being said, if internet's the only thing I got to complain about throughout this hurricane, then
That's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah,
like very
let's-
minute. I hate that we even spent 10 minutes talking about that. But
Nah, it was more or less the quality of Spectrum.
nah, yeah, this
Everything, though, bro. It's just like,
First world problems.
My parents
true.
just got their power back a few days ago. So like whenever I
got
got my
homies
power back,
that,
I got
like-
my power back fucking 4 hours after the damn hurricane stopped. They were waiting in my neighborhood. I guess maybe because some important people live above me who probably got
That's
connections.
quite possible.
Dude, I'm not kidding. This hurricane
Actually,
stopped and
someone-
the sun came back out in 2 hours.
It was out by like 3 o'clock that evening.
yeah.
Someone
and they
actually-
were, dude. 4 hours later, I got power again.
Told me a Joel conspiracy about like around where you live, and they said when they built the infrastructure of this town and they did all that shit, it's where all the doctors live.
Right now,
Like-
it's the judge, the owner of the bank.
You
and
feel
like,
me? So
yeah.
it's like it is
Just
kind of
trickled
like
down. Just
Yeah,
a little
it's
bit.
just
and don't get me wrong, people watching. I do not live. I live on a hill.
Trevor's address is.
I live on a hill, and like as you go up the hill, you get from like poverty level here to like
Yeah,
getting
it just
rich.
gets like
By the time I'm like the last house before it turns into wealthy people. I'm poverty.
So I don't know exactly where you live. I feel like I have an idea, but is that power line and the power pole still sitting in the corner there in the curve?
No, they got that up.
Okay.
Yeah, I know where you're talking about.
Yeah,
that
'cause
didn't
I-
happen from the hurricane. That was a wreck, wasn't it?
I
Or you talking about on the top of the hill?
like you go up and you're almost to the top and you come around the bend right here
Yeah,
and there was like half a power pole sitting in the middle of the road.
yeah. It took them a little bit to get that out. but-
I was afraid to drive under that, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. I mean, it was
Well-
low.
There was one night, right there across from Remax.
Yeah.
This was long before the hurricane, dude. I pull up and there's cops everywhere, dude. I think, were you with me?
no, but I
There was a
remember-
car. It was like the curve at Rutherford Road right there at Remax.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a car just said, fuck the curve and just went straight, went off in there, knocked a power pole out.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do you do that, bro? The speed limit's 20 for one thing.
How long ago was this?
24 Bud
It's been
Lights.
about a month ago, probably. Maybe not even a month.
Okay.
I don't know if you were working that day or not, but
No,
bro,
it wasn't,
somebody-
but I have an idea of when it was. Yeah.
probably an old person or a drunk person.
Pull the Trev.
At least it didn't have a bunch
All
of
right,
beer.
boys. No more depressing shit, man. We gotta get happy. We gotta bring it back. Joe, man, tell us a funny story, dog.
Just say your name, bro.
Jamie's an ass.
Man, we're about to hit a break, so I don't want to go too much into what you've been on. But before the hurricane, what you been on, man?
Man, just running around. Acquired some new bookings in Nashville, Tennessee. A lot. Hitting that.
Singing now.
Doing all, hanging out, enjoying.
The fruits of the labor.
Yeah, let's just put
You
it that
know.
way. There's a really good reason I've been hanging out in Nashville other than the wrestling. So that's
Okay.
always
Yeah,
that's always a great thing. And then laying the groundwork for the cigar world that we need to have.
Did you bring some cigars today?
Man, my car always has cigars.
All right,
Come
listen.
on.
I was
Talk
just
about
checking. I was just checking
Aladino
for the break.
cigars.
Yeah, I was just
This
checking before
podcast
the
is
break.
brought to you by Aladino Cigars and JRE Tobacco.
Hey, I don't. We've been putting it in there. I don't know if you've been listening.
I have. That's the reason I've been like, hey, man, let's chop it up. We got to get it going.
We got to, man.
So
It's time to get back.
One thing I do want to ask you about, though, and if it's too much, we can cut this out of the pod. But if you remember when we went to AEW,
okay.
you had a phone call in the car with me and Jamie.
Mm-hmm.
Did you secure that deal? Did
Oh,
that
fuck
guy
yeah.
get those?
Yes.
Okay, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I know what you're talking about now.
Nah, man, you want this.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay. That's
Big
all
Ray's
right.
like, I don't ever want to buy anything.
There was
from you.
like
I just wanted to double check and see.
there was
see if
like
he got
3
those.
phone calls that secured that deal.
Was that the day?
that was
Was that
fine.
the day that Joel made it all the way to Greenville?
Yeah,
on
when he was.
zero
When I told you he
miles
was
of
driving
gas?
on zero, the empty dude.
Bro,
No,
bro was in
hang
there,
on.
Fred Flintstone.
B-May was tripping, bro.
Bro, I swear to God, I heard going down the empty. I said, what?
B-May was tripping a little bit.
Nah,
He was
man.
tripping a little bit.
This shit said.
It still said like 20 miles.
No,
B-May's
it
like,
did not.
B-May's like, are you sure we're going to make it? Are you sure we're going to make it?
Joel started putting his foot out
That's
the
not
window.
true.
Yabba dabba doing that shit.
Nah, listen, I ain't gonna lie though. I ain't gonna lie.
That's not
When
true,
when we started getting to where there really wasn't nothing, I started tripping a little bit, but I was like, he's got to be some.
Bro, when the
rinky-dink
numbers
gas
go away,
Yeah.
when the numbers go away, and it
It's
don't
just
say
3 lines.
and it says dash 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 empty. That's when I know we need some gas, bro. Like this coasting on neutral ain't gonna work much longer, Joe. Like,
And that's what he was doing.
get me to a fucking Exxon, dude.
He said, yo, P Mike, watch this. You show you how to save some gas. Throws that thing in neutral.
This
We're just
is
cruising.
Earnhardt
And
97 at Pocono.
at this point, but at that point, I was like, okay, Joel knows it's a problem now. Like,
No, I ain't gonna lie. I did the same shit on the way back from Nashville. We were in the Porsche, and I had like 70 miles till empty. And while we were going through stuff, and I was like, I don't want to fill up on 70 miles. I'll wait a little ways.
Right.
Well, you start going through the gorge and shit, and there's nothing for a while. He's asleep. We hit 0 miles, bro. We had to go 18 miles on 0 miles till empty, bro.
I didn't know
He was
that.
asleep.
I didn't know that. If I was awake, hey.
he'd be like, yo, stop the car. Let me out.
If I was
but
awake,
is it a
we'd have
stick?
got some damn
Is the
gas
Porsche
at
stick?
70 miles.
Does the Porsche stick?
No.
Like stick shift?
No.
See, it's easier to do that with a stick shift. You can actually save even more gas because you pop it into neutral and you hold the clutch down. And that gets you even more gas mileage.
We was
out
going
of
under them bridges or through them tunnels with like 3.5 miles till empty, man.
Oh god, I didn't know.
Hey,
I was asleep.
it. You know what's, so you're talking about that. The other thing that you do, a lot of people don't know, is you get another 20 to 30 miles, depending on the make and model of the car. After all that goes, after it says dash
You
dash
do.
empty,
You
but
gotta
here's
wait.
that on
Thank
reserve.
I
But
ain't
have
pushing
reserve.
that, bro. Let me give you a prime
He was-
example. How we started
he's-
this podcast. My luck is so bad, bro. I'm not putting no faith in no dash.
Yeah, but you was riding with the king, dog.
Nah,
But it's like with food, bro. There's an expiration date for a reason.
exactly.
Yeah, it
Best
doesn't mean
Buy.
on that day it's
You know what I'm
fucked. Like
saying?
you got like more
can
days.
cook
Wait a minute, it says what? No, throw that on the grill. It's fine.
But see, Joe the type of guy to look at it and be like, Best Buy, it still be all right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's what I literally just said.
who cares if
Throw
it
that
ain't-
on the grill. It'll be all
Who
right.
cares if it ain't the best? You know what I'm saying?
Nah, dude, I'm bad for that because it's like, bro, I'm the type of motherfucker. I'm just weird about where I get gas at too. Like,
That's
Bro,
all you're weird about.
I mean, that is true.
no.
Literally, he said he lost his debit card. That wasn't a long. That was this
this week,
Friday.
This Friday.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I lose my debit card all the time. That was a different time.
We did this same exact thing coming from the sheets to Marion the other day.
The banks probably just have a card on auto send for him.
They
I know-
need to.
I know Wells Fargo did there for a while.
Bro,
for me.
you wouldn't have, dude. You know how many days out of the month I walk around with a loose debit card in my pocket? At least 17 of them.
Dude, he called the number. He
Pickpockets,
said,
if you want to, got it.
he said, Akash, this Trev. Yeah, I did it again. He said, and then hung up the phone. I said,
No, he actually saw me.
has to bring on speed dial to get a new debit card.
Nah, bro. He actually saw me throw a hissy, dude. Like I was getting to that point the
Oh,
whole
God.
day because it was right after the hurricane, and then I'm like, I know I need to get gas. I had like 40, 50 miles, and we're on the way to Morganton. I'm like, we can get it after we stop, Well, I stop at the Sheets. They don't got no 93. They got tape over it. So I'm like, all right, cool. We'll stop
That
at the
pissed him
BP.
off first. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
and that's where I lost the debit card. I was like, we'll stop at the BP, man. BP's closed down.
No power.
Last gas station before the interstate. So I'm like, well, I can definitely make it back home. Make it to the fucking Exxon.
No debit card.
No debit card. I'm just fucking punching shit and screaming fuck, and there's
I'm
people.
sitting here like, I'll fill it up, Trev. I was like, I'll
I hate
put
that
gas.
shit.
I was like, I'll get gas, bro, but like, or if we're gonna go try to find your debit card, we need to put gas in the car to get back to Morganton. We can't leave without
I'm
getting
like,
gas.
fuck the debit card.
So Trevor like slams the door, spins off,
There's people in the parking lot laughing at
tells
me.
it off, back doesn't get on the interstate.
I think I saw that day.
Literally,
Fucking Joel's over
the
there.
next
like,
gas station he sees pulls into me.
Don't
He's
think
like,
I want to go say hello right now.
you care to get gas? I was like,
I could have made it
I was
home.
like, dude, I would have got gas 15 minutes ago, and we would have been fine. We'd have
Bro,
been,
I hate
you'd have went and
that
got
shit,
your debit
though.
card.
I hate that shit. I was
Oh,
like that
yeah.
the whole day, and I've been like in a funk the past since the hurricane because like I've had so many deals fall through because of it, and like I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. I just bought the goddamn car. And like, what the fuck am I?
It'll be okay.
It's gonna be
There's
okay.
another one that's going to hit. It's called insurance. You go and you know where a tree's going to fall. You park the car under the tree.
I ain't letting that Porsche get hit by a tree.
Hey,
You should have
so-
seen me on the day of the hurricane driving my car through the rain to a place that didn't have trees.
Did you hear about the guy down in?
People were like, I saw you driving out all day. I was like, yeah, man, I was fucking trying to find a place with no trees.
Did you hear about the guy in where was it, Tampa, when Milton hit? So walk out, the neighborhood this guy's in always floods. They walk out the day before the hurricane hits. There's a brand new Porsche Cayenne out there. You know, they're like, oh, yeah, that's not any of our neighbors. I wonder.
I saw that. That's the same kind of car as mine.
Yeah, and it's like I don't know whose that is. And it's like, yep, guarantee this is insurance fraud. Came back
Somebody
the next
sent
day.
that to me.
Somebody parked it there because they knew that neighborhood would flood out the other way they get out of the car.
Somebody sent that to me and said, "You think you're slick, don't you?"
Yeah, that's crazy.
Same car. I'm not kidding, bro. Same
That's
exact
funny.
car,
That's
color,
kinda smart, though.
interior, everything.
It is smart.
Yeah,
It's
it's kinda
smart. I mean, it is, but it's also
Can't pay for this shit no
insurance
more.
Fraud, and it's not just a sin; it's a felony. So they have to keep track.
It's a fact.
I
This
didn't do
podcast
that.
is sponsored by Party Mike Law.
I
If
could
you
be-
or a loved one are in a I lost it. Who's that ugly ass security guard right there?
I have no idea. It looked looks like it owes me
Yeah.
money.
Oh shit!
Baller ass job, dude.
Thank you.
Hell yeah!
He said. He did the thing,
Now
bro.
listen, so you know, as a wrestling fan, it's one thing, but as your homie in real life, you know, proud of you, and that shit's cool.
Thank you, man.
Cool as shit, dude. And I want to talk to you about it as much as you can.
Okay.
Without
So I'll tell you a little bit of the story that happened, like I was telling you in here. So everybody knows the hurricane was happening. Everybody lost cell service, I'm assuming, in here, and I had it just a little bit down where I was. I didn't have internet,
Verizon,
but-
baby.
Yeah, man. And I had it just a little bit to where I could text, and that was it. So I was staying in contact with a TNA contact of mine, and the new, I guess you would say, boo thing up in Nashville that I've been seeing. And I kept telling her, I kept saying, you know, look, if I'll find a way out, you know, because I got to work. You know,
Yeah.
Nashville's not been hit. I can go over there. I can work. The company will be happy I'm working. So Friday, hurricane hits. Saturday, everything's kind of getting back a little bit to normal. And then Thursday night, we're going to push the show back to Saturday and Sunday. Then then Friday night, we're going to push the show back to Sunday and Monday. And then finally Saturday evening, I get a text from a friend of mine. And he tells me, he says, hey, all the shows have been canceled. I'll keep you up to date. All right, cool. So I call her. I tell her, I'll say, hey, I'm leaving right now. It's Saturday, sun's out. I'm leaving. She says, I think you should come up. So I go up and, have a good Sunday, get there Sunday morning, have a good night, standing in her kitchen that morning. See it come on in my social media feed at like 8:30. Text my guy. He says, email TNA right now. Tell them you're available. It wasn't 2 minutes after that. After I sent that email, please come.
Hell yeah.
I was like, all right, I'm here, guys. Yes, sir. I'll do whatever. The only thing that was really funny about it was call time. You know, these guys are really strict about, or you're gone. And my call time was told to me was 12 o'clock. And everybody else's was 9 a.m. So imagine me when I get there, and they're already halfway through setting the ring up, and they've got all the LEDs set up,
No way.
and they're there, and I'm like, what was I supposed to do?
Yeah.
They're like, don't worry about it, just jump in and help. So they were really cool, really professional about it. I'm trying to think about what all I can.
So can I ask you this?
Yeah.
Did you was the experience like on another level? Like, could you tell it was a different game?
Absolutely. Here's what's so crazy.
Like
about
leaps
it.
and bounds?
Yeah,
or like-
it's not even close to something here. I mean, on the indie circuit, even your top level indie promotions are not even close to a TV production where you're putting millions of dollars into talent and the production. One of the things I noticed about the talent, everybody on the level I'm at is just worried about getting the shit right in the ring. These guys are so good in the ring. I mean, they're better. They go out here and wrestle circles around 99.9% of guys on the indie circuit, right? I walk up and I watch all this talent in the back, and they're more concerned with their lines during their promos than what's going on. You'd see them, and I might be divulging a little bit too much, so just got to be careful with it. Yeah, you'd see them get together and talk, and all that, but man, it was on another level. And here's the way I liken it. So, think about whenever you were coming up in school, you were playing sports, right? You had all these kids they were grading elementary school. This was your stud, and then he gets to where all the other elementary schools are in middle school and junior high, and now he's not the stud anymore. And then that guy goes to the high school, and that guy that was the stud in middle school isn't a stud anymore.
What's the phrase? You big fish, small pond? Or,
I mean, and you just keep going and going and going and going. This will probably air after the next episode, but I'll tell you one of the coolest ones. So I was obviously involved with the Hardys, and then on this episode I was also involved with Josh Alexander and Steve Macklin and Eric Young, who is a phenomenal guy. On the next episode, it was even more special to me because I got to be involved with Ace Steel, the guy who trained CM Punk.
Hell yeah.
And so getting to pick his brain and getting to listen to him, and now I understand why I think a lot along the same lines, because we've had these conversations before. I feel like I'm more on the line of like a CM Punk or Cody Rhodes, or that's the way I think. Not so much the newer age stuff. And I'm not name dropping or anything. I'm just telling you that's how I think. But man, I mean, you get someplace like that, and then you realize you're an alpha in a room full of alphas. I mean, everybody there, for the most part, is
just Shark and
yeah,
Vessel.
I mean, good Lord. And then you get around guys like Nick Nemeth, Dolph Ziggler, Frankie Kazarian, Moose, the Hardys. I mean, and on and on and on. And you're like, yeah, I'm a shark, but these are great whites.
And
this is a different level.
Not to just like meat rod the situation or anything, but we can all three of us right here, even Trevor, we all fuck with Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
Jeff Hardy is a legend.
Yeah.
Like Jeff Hardy is legendary.
Yeah,
you know what
absolutely.
Well,
like,
both the Hardys.
Both the Hardys,
yeah.
but like just like
Yeah.
fucking for the culture, bro. Like Jeff Hardy is that guy, bro.
Well, I can tell y'all a cool story about this. So TNA has these tables that they sell that Jeff Hardy paints.
Oh, he's a great artist.
Oh, he's phenomenal. And he usually uses spray paint to paint them. He just go, So I got to be involved on the backstage work on a lot of that. I got to be involved with that.
Hell yeah.
And, so I got to spend a lot of time with Jeff. And Jeff might be one of the nicest human beings, not just in the wrestling world, but in the world that I have ever met in my life.
Yeah, dude, his story, bro.
I'll tell you the funny story. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, like, the Hardy story,
Yes,
and like their,
yes.
their family and losing their home and their
Well,
dad,
not only that, and
like,
then here's what else. I mean, if you just kind of look, Jeff Hardy had a fall from grace.
He did
a couple of times,
and he's come back every time.
Yeah,
man.
and man, that's just
life.
Yeah, well, it's a great parallel with life, and pick yourself up. You can do whatever you want to in this life. And it also shows that we all mess up, no matter what we are in life. We can be goody two shoes over here,
chill, bro.
Or you fuck up on the weekend.
Or we can be like
he's a lifesaver,
like us. Fuck ups
it.
on another level.
I get it.
Degenerates.
Degenerate.
Degeneration.
Have to call the goody two shoe for a favor. I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
But so
You're welcome.
Very much appreciated. Yeah. You have no idea. Still owe you dinner.
Yeah, you never took me to dinner. Damn.
All right, listen, come on.
Anyways, so I'll tell y'all a really funny story about some stuff. And here's what's really crazy is I even started seeing how politics worked with even some of the extras. So backstage, they asked us to do this task. We're all doing it. And I told them, I was like, look, you kind of don't want me doing that. If you guys are looking to sell this crap, I might fuck it up. And they're like, hey, why don't you go help Jeff? We think that'd be really cool for you. So while I'm outside, me and Jeff are talking, and this is the day after that happens. So we're outside, we're talking, just picking his mind and learning and be like, hey, who did you learn from? What should I watch? Just really cool stuff, right? then Jeff turns to me and says, "Hey, how did everything feel last night?" You know, I think he realized finally who it was.
Yeah.
Like, who the hell's this guy out here? You know?
He's like, oh, I hit this motherfucker with a twist of fate last night.
Yeah, he's like, oh,
You're
yeah.
that guy.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, oh yeah, you're that guy. Okay. But no, really kindly
that
asked me,
guy,
like, how
pal.
did everything feel? I was like, well, you know, my girlfriend got a picture or video of it. You know, if you want to, I'll show it to you. But I don't want to like offer that up, you know, and be, you know, like a mark or something stupid. And he's like, of course, man. He's like, how do you think I get better? So I was like, all right, cool. So I pull it out. Well, around the corner comes like 4 of the extras, and they see me showing Jeff. They're like, oh. And then one of them pulls me aside. He's like, man, that was a real amateur move. I'm like, he kind of fucking asked for it. And then everybody backstage is kind of, but Jeff's around, right?
Yeah.
And this is really cool. As Jeff turns around and goes, you know, I asked, just says it real nicely. Says, you know, before you give him too much hell, I asked to see it so that I could see what it looked like.
Hell yeah.
And I was like,
Hell yeah.
take that, motherfuckers.
No, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
so such a nice guy. Ace Steele, it was a pleasure being around him, working with him. I don't want to tell too much about that segment till it's released. So I learned so much about how television operates because it's so much different, so different. So, like, it's on a whole other level. These guys are thinking down to the second of when they've got to be in and out of the ring. They're thinking every little facial expression, every
angle,
move,
camera angles, and all kinds of
Oh
stuff.
man, I mean it's on a whole other level. And yeah, okay, so I'll tell y'all a funny story about another wrestling promotion that me and just both got booted out of. Some little outlaw fed around here.
What's it called?
Nah, we're not.
Anyway, shout out.
Yeah, shout out.
What was it again? I'm
Stop.
sorry. I had my mouth full. What was it?
Stop, Jamie. God damn it.
Anyways, they running Vail, North Carolina. Anyways,
Okay, I got you.
anyways, we're in the group chat. And they do some really stupid stuff, and they're talking about making these posts and everything. I'm like, hey, you know, just so you know, there's some guys in this that actually have a shot, and if we're caught associating with this or being a part of it, you know, this can really have negative connotations on our career.
What the fuck they trying to do? Like,
I don't want. We'll talk about it off
yeah,
camera because it was pretty bad. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, you know, I don't think this is a good look. You know, and I'm getting private message from a lot of talent saying thank you for saying something. We're just scared to step up, and I'm like, yeah, I have no problem doing it. And then I was like, so one of them takes a shot and says, oh well, since you have a shot at the big time, blah blah blah. And then the next thing you know, it's like you're gone. I was like. So I just sent that guy a message, and he's supposed to be this Christian pastor or whatever. Yeah. And I was like, you know, that was I literally told him, I was like, that was a bitch move. I was like, if you're going to act that way just because somebody's telling you. She's like, well, my convictions tell me. I was like, what makes you better than the Taliban? Because that's the same thing the Taliban would do.
Yeah.
You know, that's you know, that's one of those
Kind of
things.
to an extent.
Yeah, you know, no, not to an extent. Not to an extent. Not to an extent.
Bro said, you're a terrorist.
Emotional terrorist, yeah. I mean,
Domestic.
domestic violence.
Go ahead, say your favorite word, man.
Stop. All right, hey.
Anyways,
You know we're trying to run a professional promotion right here, and we can't be associated with motherfuckers who.
don't you say it. Don't you say it.
Chill.
Anyway,
Cheers, motherfuckers.
Anyway.
If I had one,
We're trying to celebrate you, Joe,
But
it's got a Zen in
because
it.
we're proud of you, man. Legitimately, as your homie.
I'm not. You still got a long way to go, bro.
There you
you know
go.
what? You can kiss my ass.
That's real friendship right
Exactly.
I mean,
I know.
but
there. Man, you got
celebrate the accomplishments.
No, you gotta celebrate
Absolutely.
As someone
'cause you
who
gotta
chases
look.
a dream.
Oh, it's cool as fuck, but I'm not gonna tell you that.
Oh no,
You
exactly.
already did,
exactly.
motherfucker. I got the text message.
All right.
You want that?
All right, chill.
You gotta look.
No.
You gotta look.
Well, here's
That's
the-
all you want as
Yeah,
as somebody trying to make it somewhere.
Well, and I'll tell y'all more off.
Hang
air.
on, when I text you, I was like, "Yeah, that's cool, bro."
He
didn't even know that-
It wasn't even. It wasn't like that, bro. It was like, dude, that was cool. It was.
It had
That's cool,
exclamation points
bro.
afterwards, so don't let it lie to you.
Hell yeah. Hey, I called you. I told you. I called you.
But being there on that level, it's just
Talking to Mike, Joe.
yeah.
Come
Sorry,
on, man.
just being there on that level, it's just a completely. It's an.
So let me ask you
experience
one more question before we go to a break. Do you think you can compete on that level? Like, do you think you have the?
that,
Did you feel comfortable? You didn't
Yes,
feel
yes.
like you
I
were.
actually felt that for the first time.
You felt like
This-
you were there.
it not only just there. This is going to sound so cocky, and there's so many people that are going to take this the wrong way.
No, because I have a point to this. When you
I actually felt like I was, finally I was with peers, and it's not like I was, okay, I'm having to be the vet guy in a certain situation. I felt like I was in a place where I could actually learn. Not saying I don't learn in a lot of places I'm at, but I mean, I actually felt like
the reason
I actually felt like I was in a place that I could, grow.
The-
Growth is never comfortable.
the reason I asked that is
You took
because
a bump, bro.
most me and Trevor recently was in kind of the same
couldn't have done it
situation with the with the Nashville thing where it's
Right.
like we kind of
Got to look at the big time.
we kind of it's like we get the opportunity and before we go it's like, oh shit, I don't know if we it's kind of cold feet, and then we go and we do it and we're out there and it's just like
We can do this.
one night we're in the city, bro, all the lights are on, we're on this rooftop, we're just looking around, we just wrapped up the video,
Doing
like
what
literally
we love.
doing what we love, and it's like we just look at each other and it's like, this
Yeah.
is it, like
Yeah.
this is it, like
Yeah.
this feels right, like we are supposed to be here, man, like this, all the work is for this, bro, like this, it does, it's like I'm saying, when you get put in that position, that opportunity,
Right.
and cashing in on that opportunity,
Yep.
it feels fucking great.
It's not only that, it's, you sit there, listen, this is going to sound so blase blah or whatever. If this is as far as I take it, that's better than 95% of the people that have ever stepped foot in a ring.
I mean, that's true.
That's true.
That's better than 95% of the guys that will ever I've made it further than 95% of the people ever in the wrestling business. I'll take that, but I'm still hungry.
Exactly.
I still want more. I got the taste, and I'm like, all right, I get it. I understand what it takes
Time to
get
work
there.
harder.
And then, once you're there, you got to work even 10 times harder
To stay there.
To stay there.
I mean, dude, I don't even like wrestling like y'all do. I'm starting to like it more because it's fun. For one thing, if you ain't never been and you're hating on it, just go to one of the fucking underground
That's
matches,
what
man.
I'm saying, bro.
Just fucking
Yeah.
go. It's a hell of a time. But anyway,
November
everyone that
16th.
I've been to watch you, Joel, you're the fucking guy.
Mm-hmm.
You're the guy, man. Like, if anyone was to make it out of all that shit, it's got to be you, man.
I appreciate you saying that.
No,
Thank
it's
you.
the truth. You're always
I
the guy.
appreciate that.
For sure.
Well, that's like
appreciate
a
that.
lot of people. They're like, "Oh, you go to like the poster that's on the wall at Los Salsas,
Right.
or on the window there." I was like, "Oh yeah, look, November 16th. You really go to those?" Yeah,
Dude,
it's people off the street wrestling. No, it's not.
Like,
Like it's
it-
really not.
Bro, it's what you make it,
if
bro.
my
Like, if
one
these people-
contribution to this podcast is, and it's for everybody to hear, it ain't just about wrestling, it's about life. Life ain't so serious. Go have fun. You
Yep.
have one life to live.
Absolutely.
You ain't stupid for wanting to go watch underground wrestling. You ain't stupid for wanting to do anything.
Absolutely.
Have fun and quit taking shit so serious. Everybody's so fucking serious that they're scared to do things they really
Literally,
want
bro,
to do.
Like I don't even want to break this down into like a more serious kind of thing, bro. But look at what we just seen happen in this community, where like something completely out of your fucking
All your
control.
shit can be
You-
taken away. In a
Absolutely.
You
snap.
can't control a fucking thing.
Yeah.
If God or the universe or whatever you believe in,
That's right.
wants to take that shit from you.
Yeah, if nature decides tomorrow, if
So-
God decides to use nature, or however you, like you said, however you decide to believe, if it decides to just open up the heavens and there just be a tornado come through and just hit your house tomorrow, and it sounds fucked up, but
That's
that
what
could
happened
honestly
3 weeks ago.
I wouldn't have believed
Yeah, I
it
mean,
3 weeks
honestly,
ago,
yeah.
but I seen it.
Yeah,
literally.
yeah.
I mean, it's a devastation that hasn't been seen in years in this area,
Bro,
and
people take themselves so serious.
and
It's like,
you
dude,
know,
chill
like,
with that. Chill.
You're okay. You were the greatest high school quarterback in 1992.
Nobody gives
Who
a
gives
fuck.
a fuck? That's the way I look at it.
Well, the thing is,
man,
bro, is you could even be doing big things, and you could have this idea of yourself to other people, and like at the end of the day, man, it doesn't matter what you do or what it is that you love. Like, dude, nobody gives a fuck about you.
You're exactly right.
They care about their self. So quit
Yeah.
worrying so much what other people are thinking about you, because I can guarantee you
Oh,
that
I
they're not
lost that
thinking.
years ago, bro.
yeah.
I finally did.
I lost it.
A few years
Yeah,
ago.
I don't give a fuck, bro. Like I don't like if you like me, cool. If you don't, I don't give a shit. Like
Oh no, me and Jamie before Jamie was a upstanding citizen of the community who was
Serves this great
was
community.
called
He saves
to,
lives. for one
Hey,
thing.
let's be honest.
called
Like,
to serve and protect.
let's be
Before
honest.
he used to serve and protect, we were serving and protecting. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? That's all I was saying.
We don't have to cut that out.
Hey, but let's before we
I'm
go
gonna
to a
have
break,
cut that out.
wait a
I'm gonna
minute.
cut that out.
Hey,
40,
hey,
47.
but on a serious note, you guys are talking about me, but this is the real hero in the room right now. This is the guy who literally, and you're not, now listen.
No,
this is-
I'll second that.
I'll say it. I'll say it all day long.
Saved
man.
my life.
You are the guy that was out there well, obviously, but, but let's talk about it for a second. You were the guy that was out in the middle of a hurricane in 80 to 100 mile an hour winds, directing traffic because for idiots that wanted to get out in the middle of a Category 2, Category 3 hurricane. And then on top of that, literally,
Don't look at me. I was trying to save my car, bitch.
Wait a minute, yeah.
I didn't go to no traffic directions. I fucking went on my own. I said we gonna figure it out, motherfucker.
But anyways, all right, you did that. How many people's property did you help? How many people? You went on. We talked. You went on rescue efforts outside of this area. I mean, outside of the county. You went places. You've done so much for the community just in the short amount of time. Guys like you and you yourself, you are the people that these kids. You set the example for them. You set the example for me and my family. And I just want you to know. I don't give a fuck what anybody says on here. I appreciate it.
No, that
and
is a fact.
Thank you. You are a hero in my book.
NARC.
as much as I appreciate that, there was a lot more that done way more than I did.
I'm not going to take that.
Yeah,
away
but we
from-
don't fuck with
But
it.
we're not going to take. No, okay. So what? But you still sacrificed so much during this time.
That is true, man. And
I mean,
it
let's
is.
be honest. Let's call it what it is, man. You did a lot for this community. You did more than 99% of us. You did more than me. I hightailed it out here with fucking Nashville.
That's true.
I mean,
true.
but
Listen.
but mine was for a different reason.
I went back to work as soon as I could. This is gonna sound like kind of crazy, but like literally, bro, like all I could contribute was like bringing motherfuckers the shit that they needed, that they ordered and they needed. You know what I'm saying? So like, I was climbing over trees and driveways, like taking motherfuckers their medicine and shit. And it's like, I can't help you get
UPS
out.
was delivering mine, but
Listen, man, come on, man. That ain't my route. But you said the
FedEx
most.
slowed
You
down
said
my area.
the heaviest damaged area in this place was what?
Oh, for it.
it was north and Old Fort. Yeah,
Hey man, I'm out there every day holding
That's
it
true.
down because
That is
it's
true.
my
Yeah.
people for real. It really does. Again, we're up against the break, so we got to cut this a little short. But like, this is the community, man. It is my people. Like it is it is the goal of this whole thing right here is like, yeah, we joke, we say stupid shit, and we have no filter, and it's not kid friendly, and there's probably not like a real positive push to it, but like, I do want to be an inspiration to somebody who's from this place who like looks and can see this and like, oh nah, they do cool things and they do what they want and they're good people and they take care of like their place.
So speaking of Old Fort, obviously that's where my dad lives, and obviously whenever everything would happen, I had no way to get in contact with him. I didn't even know what Old Fort looked like because obviously I was down here. But it's one thing that I had a way to get home to my kids, my family, and to all that. Like I had a way to do that if I needed to, but I didn't hear from my dad for like 3 days. So I started like, he lives in Old Fort. Old Fort was highly impacted. There was the Sunday after I came into work, and I told my supervisor, I was like, listen, I ain't heard from my dad. He lives in Old Fort. I need somebody to go check on him. And I swear, dude, it wasn't 5 minutes later, I'm pulling out of the parking lot of my place of employment. And my dad drives a Chrysler, a silver Chrysler convertible. Always had one. I'm pulling out, and there's a Chrysler coming down. I was like, dang, looks like my dad's car, but there's 100 of those. I was like, dang, it looks like my dad's car. He passes by, it's him. I was like, bro, this is weird. And I figured he was coming by the police department, so I figured he was going to cut in. No, he didn't, so I just followed him. Well, there was another, one of my other coworkers was down the street helping, and he pulls over because he was going to ask him, hey, where's Jamie at? So I pull him behind. I mean, I was riding behind him the whole time, so I pull him behind him. He gets out, and he was like, hey, I just wanted to let you know I was okay. I didn't have no cell service, couldn't nothing, you know, like. And that honestly hit me harder than anything, bro, because you don't realize how much you lose until it happens, like you were saying. Like,
yeah,
That's a fact.
The day after this shit happened and I realized how bad it was, I go to get my parents out of their house, and I pass this motherfucker on the road. You don't know the feeling of happiness until you see a friend.
Oh, we both hit the U because we.
I went and chased him
and we
down.
met at KG's. We convened at KG's.
I'm like, oh my God, I'm so happy to see him. I did vlog the whole storm, probably even 2 days before into a couple days after to show kind of everything that happened. It's all on there. It's a fucking good one. Nobody watched it, but
Well, it's the first I know about it, so you're going to get at least one view out of it.
We didn't have fucking internet, Trevor. My
yeah,
bad.
look. But it, like you can see, like whenever I saw him, it's like,
But
No, it was.
I say that to say this, like, everything's put into place for a reason. And after talking to my dad, he was like, I actually came by the police department earlier to let you know I was okay, but nobody was there. And it's kind of like the whole situation with my brother months ago, like how I never see my dad out and about, run into him one day. I start this whole it's almost a conspiracy theory about my brother, start this whole thing, and it all happened because I passed him one day. I was going to get my oil changed. And then the hurricane hits, and I pass him after leaving to.
It's like little things like
It's
that in
almost
life
like,
that like.
Maybe in November, which we'll talk about in a little bit, I guess. Maybe that needs to be the first official family outing of the new of the reunited brothers and father and all that.
So I'll be honest with you, bro. I haven't, since all this happened, I haven't got to go.
Yeah, no, I'm sure.
Well,
I will tell you
him
this.
and my dad have went out and
Yeah.
like done stuff, like
I
to
saw
go
him
eat and
last week.
stuff. But I
I saw
haven't.
him last week.
But I literally haven't. I haven't been able to.
You have no, absolutely. That's why I say you're a hero, dude. Thank you.
Sacrifice.
Like,
of
that's
the
a
time,
sacrifice. I mean, it's a
What's
small
that?
sacrifice, but I mean, you're sacrificing a lot. And you know, how many other people? Well, and then but time out. You knew that situations like this could arise when you took the job. So that right there tells you the type of person that you are, in that you are willing to take that risk on.
Well,
and so you have to be an honorable man or honorable person to be able to do that.
Now, to be fair, even when me and Jamie was growing up doing bullshit, this motherfucker always wanted to do that shit. Like
that's true.
he literally was, when I turn 18 is when I'm doing BLET or MEPS, whatever.
I
the
did
shit
want to
you
go to the
did.
military first.
Yeah,
and then I realized that was a dumb decision.
Depends on.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. But
he always wanted to do that.
I don't know. I don't think anybody here has kids anyway.
No.
not that I know of.
Yeah, that's.
There's probably.
I don't think.
There's probably a lot that I don't know about.
But another thing that hit me really hard was Friday. I was too busy to go. I went home at one point to check on everybody and make sure everybody was good and to make sure my house was still standing. But I didn't get to like hang out or whatever. So I went home for a split second, left and went back out. I didn't come home that night till around 8 o'clock, I guess, that night. And my son, terrified of thunderstorms, bro. Like, we were out on the lake. It wasn't this summer, it was the summer before last, and a storm hit while we were out on the lake. And he was the man of the house Friday.
All right, don't cut it. Yeah, apparently now the time that we're in, the legal limit, which is 18, that's still a no-go. So.
I ain't fucking a bitch that's 18.
I don't-
If we can't
here's-
go to a bar,
Here's the
like,
thing
what are you
I'd
gonna do,
say-
Take her to Chuck E. Cheese, let her
yeah,
play in the
bro.
bar.
Here's the thing
come
I
on,
say
man.
about
you can't
it-
even buy a fucking.
Bro.
I can't even send you into the store to get some blunt wraps.
I can't.
It ain't no use to me.
There ain't nothing
You know
an
what I'm saying?
18-year-old girl or even a 22-year-old girl has to offer me.
Exactly.
Not
right.
a fucking
literally,
thing.
Exactly right.
Literally.
I agree 100%. I mean,
Like, it's not even about like what's acceptable legally.
Yeah,
like,
no,
it's
I
like
just don't-
you
I'm with
can't
you.
do nothing for me. Like, you ain't gonna fucking clean.
I'm with you.
You ain't gonna cook.
You ain't paying no bills.
You ain't paying no bills.
Like,
Hey, I'm just gonna put it to you this way. I lucked out. Mine, she's got a great job, home owner. Like, I could honestly, she's probably gonna get mad at me for saying this. She could possibly be my sugar mama, but I don't let her do that because
Hey.
that's not the type of guy I am. But I mean, she's 100% in my corner all the time.
See, that's
even if
awesome.
it's something she doesn't like. Is
That's
not a
awesome.
fan of wrestling. I'll go ahead and say no, she's not. But she is at every show. She's there cheering me on.
that's
You
awesome.
know, that's what you gotta want. Tell you
Yeah,
a funny
bro.
story. I'll tell you a funny story. So I'm wrestling in Selmer, Tennessee, a few weeks ago, and it's a horrible crowd. But there's this old guy sitting there, watching her, or maybe he's a younger guy. I don't know. But anyways, these guys are watching her. She's playing on her phone through all the matches and everything. My entrance music pops, which out in Selmer, Tennessee, is that new beat y'all turned me on to whenever we was filming the promo.
Yeah.
That's what I'm coming out to. Yeah.
For those who don't know, he's coming out to On
Not
the Line
Like
by
Us.
Heat.
No, coming out to Not Like Us.
Okay.
way
The different
better.
one.
Yeah, coming out to Not Like Us as a heel.
Hell yeah.
As a heel. So sitting there, I was dying laughing when she tells me this. She says, all of a sudden she like perks up, she starts videoing and everything. Guy standing sitting next to her goes, "Is that your old man?" She goes, "Yeah, how'd you know?" She goes, "You hadn't paid attention to a single damn match all night, and then all of a sudden that music hits and you perk up."
Hell yeah.
They not like us.
They not like us. They not like us. We are next episode. Party Mike's gone. He will be back. We do have to talk about the new J. Cole song.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's back on it, man. Do you listen to the new J. Cole song?
Uh-uh.
It's pretty fire. It's
put me on it tonight.
he addresses a lot of shit.
Yeah, put me on it tonight.
Anyway, we was talking off break with NARC. And
Narc.
And,
Hey, when you train, I'm sorry, man. That's got to be your name. You got to do the police gimmick. You
Dude,
gotta do
got
the-
to.
You got to.
All leather
Big
police
NARC
get up.
man.
Huh?
Big NARC man.
Leather
Big
cut off.
boss
Just
man?
narc.
I
Just
like
narc.
I like just NARC. Yeah.
Yeah, narc.
Wear some police lights on your head.
You're gonna make me look like Eugene,
Hey, you know
bro.
what he needs to come out to? Hey,
Fucking
do you remember,
crazy.
Do you remember that? Do you remember the theme music to the movie Police Academy? That's what he needs to come out to.
Just sirens. Just whip, 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 whip.
Scott Steiner's old entrance thing. That would actually be pretty cool.
This is a little off topic, but
Okay, narc.
so this is supposed to be a 16 ounce, right?
Yeah.
I just poured a 12 ounce in it, and it was up to like right here. So if they've been lying to me this whole time, or what?
Listen, man.
Narc's having a
Something to
good
it.
time.
Narc, I don't know how we're
Anyway.
getting home tonight because this is the end of a jar of moonshine.
Anyway,
Moonshine.
Moonshine by Old Smoky.
Smoky makes
Jamie was
good
telling
shit.
us about his new endeavor, his hobby that he's getting into, which is funny because, like I was telling him, me and Trevor, we've been talking about.
I've already got the brand name and everything.
We want to make merch. We want to start being just more creative. That's
Yeah.
really it. That's what we've realized the past couple weeks. Like, we like to create things. I like.
We'll make a music video, even
We'll
though
make a
nobody's
music
gonna
video.
watch it.
We'll make a podcast. We'll make a funny video. Like, bro,
I'm somebody.
we like to just make shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's
Yeah, I mean that's.
We'll
kinda-
make a fucking spotlight
Spotlight.
Scotty Brooks fucking promo.
Well, that's
That
the thing,
actually
like-
took the wrestling world by storm.
That's 'cause they didn't see no shit like that.
No, that's what I'm saying, man. I mean, so I'm gonna give praise where praise is due. That promo, everybody's been like lighting it up. Still to this day, I get comments, man. Who did that for you? I want to do that. So I think I talked to you about one of the. There's a prominent tag team in the area wants to do something with you.
I actually spoke to them too
Good.
at a bar. I seen them out. doing whiskey business things. Let's
Hey,
say, you know what I'm
hey,
saying?
they're good dudes, man.
And,
They're good dudes.
they are great dudes. I did talk to them, so shout out to you for making that connection.
Yeah, so I hope it happens. I hope y'all are able to get it done. I know one of the plans was up on the Parkway, but we'll see what happens.
I really don't think that there's anything that you could do differently than having them in a bar.
Well,
Like,
they got the motorcycles. They got
I
the
know we
Harleys
could go
up.
out on any street and do that,
Right.
But there's got to be a bar scene.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to
absolutely.
slam a drink down or something like.
Yeah.
Maybe
think
Blake
we
would
may
listen
know of a
after
bar.
5.
I think we may know of a bar, too.
I think we may know of a bar.
Yeah, I think we know of a bar.
We know of a few. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Blake.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That one too, yeah.
Anyway.
I know of about 1,000 bars.
Oh, listen. I love the bar scene. You know what I'm saying? The bar scene's a good scene.
Anyways,
Till it
I
ain't.
love this.
we're talking about Jamie and what he's doing now.
Yeah.
And I always fuck up and say Scott Light Spotty Brooks sometimes.
Well, it just sounds like I got my period, so let's go.
I get a tongue tied on that.
No,
It's
but
all
I
good,
think
man.
I
All
think
good.
that's if you want to talk about it and kind of tell the people, but like I think that's awesome, bro. Like
I'm not gonna get too far into it yet, just because. But like you said, it's something you always wanted to do. That I've always had a creative mindset, and
hey, you look at me like that, but bro, this motherfucker we used to live together, bro. This dude
Let
was
me guess, y'all had wrestling matches in your bedroom.
all right. Yes, but in between the naked
Was he
wrestling
being the
match-
creative one in the bedroom?
no,
You
but
be
he
the
was.
bottom this time, B-Mac.
I'm gonna show you how to paint. I'm gonna show you how to do
Hey,
face
I'm
I'm going
paint.
to show you how to pin somebody
All
tonight.
right, thanks for watching. This has been an episode.
but no, in all seriousness,
No, he would. Like, I'd come home from work and this
He'd tell you how
motherfucker
to
would
pin
be
somebody?
drawing. No,
Oh,
he'd be
okay.
drawing, just coloring, drawing like
No,
the
trust
fucking
me.
Atlanta Hawks 1976 logo.
yeah.
I remember that. I remember
Yeah,
when you was
that-
going through that phase.
like, literally.
I got you, man. No, I mean,
Well,
I'm just kidding.
and I got it from my mom.
Sweet lady.
But like that creative mindset's always been there of something I've always wanted to do. But I think this takes away from a lot of what this area has. So I think I'll be able to bring something that not a lot of people have access to, like you said, with time frames and stuff like that.
Good luck going to any print shop around here and getting something on time.
Yeah, well.
So
I know of
hopefully,
one, but it's mainly posters. so let's just put
There's
it
one thing that's always been a constant in my life, and I don't know. I mean, Jamie can attest to this probably more than anybody. But like, I've always like had this thing of like just like wanting to look fly, like just wanting to dress cool and be cool. Whether the shoes, the clothes, like crazy shirts, crazy pants. You know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah.
like crazy different color palettes of shoes, bro. Like just always been my shit, and it's like
just
I've
trying to do the day.
I've weaned away from that over the years as I got older. Of like, man, you don't need that shit. You just need to go to work and da 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 da. But like, there is just something about like
Yeah, no, I
putting
got
shit
you.
on that you like. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like,
It's even better when it's your own shit.
and it's even better
Exactly.
when it's your own shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like that's kind of the point that I want to get to is like that's
I've made
always
my
been
own shit
really
before.
the dream. Is like
Yeah, no, I got you. Yeah, I mean,
create my own shit and wear my own
Having
shit.
a closet
I
full of
suck
it.
so bad at creating stuff, so that's like this new gear that I'm getting made. I'm like, hey, have at it, be creative, design the logo
Yeah.
and the gear. I'll tell you some stuff, and you just run with it.
No, I think that would be awesome, bro.
Yeah,
Like if
man.
we could, I hope you figure it out, bro. And anything you need help with, like
no, I think
know, we-
just with this right here, there's a lot to build off of.
Yeah.
like
Honestly,
I mean, we live in a place where creative outlets don't really make it any further than here. So
and that's
cool
that's something else too,
to
bro.
have
Like
more
even with
ways
this,
to express yourself.
even with this podcast and creating things, like I've come to the conclusion of like I spent all this time like trying to learn how to create things. Like how do I just even make it or do it? Now I know how to do it. Now the work comes in of like, okay, now I gotta do it, and then not force it down people's throats, but just don't stop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
2 to 3 podcasts every week. Instagram clips going up every day. I'm dropping a shirt this weekend.
And you
I'm
have
to
dropping
be
a hoodie
consistent
next
with
weekend.
that.
We got wrestling this weekend. We're going to Gilkey next weekend. We're doing.
You're right.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
well,
I
that's
want
how
to be.
you got to do it, and that's how it's the same thing with on my end. It's Tulsa, Oklahoma on October 26th. It's Fayetteville, North Carolina. Oh, hey, yeah, by the way, already confirmed. I'll go ahead and say this, Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Okay.
November 8th and 9th, TNA. I will be there for the tapings.
Okay.
That's
Hell yeah.
already confirmed.
Okay. And then, if y'all want to segue in, we'll kind of wrap it up right here in a second. But then there's one specific date in November.
November 16th at the Box Factory.
At the Box Factory in Marion, North Carolina. Now, let's just say, Joe, you did bring wrestling back to the city.
I think it's 29 Logan Street.
29 Logan Street.
29
the old
Logan
Box
Street.
Factory, the old
You did bring wrestling back a month ago, 2 months ago.
August 31st, yeah.
Great time, by the way.
Thank you, guys.
After the show, also had a great time. Don't can't get into that. That was another wild night. Anyway,
Glad you guys had fun.
I think I had to work the next
show
day.
you a photo in there when we go. Anyway, November 16th.
But wait a minute. I want to say one thing.
Okay.
Right quick.
Okay.
Thank you guys for the support that you guys showed
man.
during that. Without you guys getting out and spreading the word, talking to people, it wouldn't have been as much of a success as it was. It's the largest, hopefully, that's going to become the second largest, other than the Oliver Anthony concert that hit, the guy that sang that.
God almighty, that was such a cluster.
Yeah, but that was the largest gathering
I worked
of
that
anybody
event.
for Marion, North Carolina, for an event in Marion, North Carolina in history.
Hell yeah.
So thank you guys for making that what it was. Each and every one of you that came out. So thank you.
Love to support it. What I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
Thank you.
I think that's also one thing that I believe in, man. You can't create and want people to support you if you don't support the things
That's
that you
exactly
like.
right.
If you like it and you don't spend the extra effort in supporting it, then you don't really fucking like it. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
So, anyway, shout out to Tierra, shout out to KG, shout out to Whip, My Brothers Vintage, shout out to D-Ray, shout out to Eddie's Pizza. I shout them out because I fuck with them and I'm there.
That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying? I go support them because I fuck with them.
That's right.
Anyway, November 16th, we're bringing it back.
That's right.
We got a big rematch.
We've got the rematch between myself and Frankie Kazarian in
Now-
a last man standing match.
Can we run it back to the first time? Real quick.
Let's go right back.
Real quick.
Yep.
And Jamie Mike can help me. We went and seen
Trev was there.
Yeah.
the Queen of TNA, King of
King of
TNA. My
TNA.
bad, King of TNA,
Yeah.
King of TNA.
Queen of TNA.
He
That
came
was a
down
great
here
picture.
and
Solid.
he thought he could hang with our boy.
Everybody messes up. He was looking for a mistake, hoping that I would make one in the ring. I hit him with everything. He hit me with everything he had, and he presented an opening. And luckily I knew the counter and got.
So
the
let me
1, 2,
ask you
3.
this: what? Why run it back? If you conquered it,
I don't know that it's so much that he wants to run it back.
I think
as
it's
it
Frankie
is
wants to
Frankie.
run it back, man.
Okay,
Frankie called,
okay.
Frankie called and begged and begged and begged. It's an embarrassing loss. I mean, you come into this small hick town of
That's-
Hickory,
his-
North
his
Carolina.
words.
That's
His
his
words.
words. That's
He
his
quoted
words.
it.
As the Queen of TNA. and then-
He comes in and he says talks all this shit, and says he's going to kick my ass all over the place, and then here we go, and I come out with the victory. I mean, what else can you say? I mean, I told him beforehand, I don't quit. That's
He
my
got
shtick.
Joel's favorite word.
what's that? Oh, stop. That was a funny joke, but y'all didn't catch it.
I didn't get it. What's my favorite word?
Joel's head.
He said he got Joel's favorite word. Never mind.
Pin?
Something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Something like that. Anyway, round 2.
Round 2.
Last man standing.
And this was by Frankie's request.
Oh, speaking of Frankie, you're coming to Marion.
This isn't Hickory.
This isn't Hickory. Watch what you say, bro. Watch what you say.
Hey, I just want to give you the
And that's
platform,
coming
man.
from the NARC.
This is your hometown.
The NARC.
This is your hometown. This isn't Hickory. This isn't Gilkey. This isn't Morgan. This is your hometown. This is where you're from. You're allowing him to come into our place, our
humble abode.
our humble abode.
Sometimes, let's just talk about everything that's happened in the last 3 weeks to Western North Carolina and specifically Marion, North Carolina. There's been a lot of devastation. I'm glad. I want to put this out there. Also, if you come support the show, after we pay the talent, after we are able to pay for the building, proceeds will go to Project Christmas this year. And the reason we're doing that is there's a lot of kids out there because of Hurricane Helene that will not have a Christmas this year. So I want to get that out there so that everybody can understand we're not doing this to put money in our pockets. We're not doing this, we're doing this. Western North Carolina, Marion, North Carolina needs this right now. They need that good distraction. They need that form of entertainment after a disaster like this. Come out, support, know that your money that you're paying that night is going to go to a very good cause in that. I can't think of anything better than to make sure there's some kids that get a Christmas this year. And if it's a small amount, I don't care if it's $10 up to thousands.
Oh, I've already got my ticket.
We're donating everything after we pay for all the talent and after we pay for the building and all the supplies and everything that we're going to need to run that show. We're giving
everything else to
Project Christmas. Project Christmas deserves it. It's what needs to happen. Now, with that being said, Frankie Kazarian wants to come to Marion, North Carolina. He wants to come into the Lions' Den.
It's a mistake.
He wants to come to Mufasa and NARC's house, right?
Hey, nah, that shit ain't happening.
Sorry.
That shit ain't happening.
Listen, here's the deal. We're strong. We're Appalachian strong here. I wear the nice designer jeans and the nice designer shoes from time to time. I have a day job that takes me all over the world, and I get to do a lot of fun things, but I still remember my roots of where I came from. I'm still Marion, North Carolina strong. I'm still Western North Carolina strong. We're proving it right now to the rest of the world that we can do whatever we need to do to pick ourselves up by the proverbial bootstraps and get back to where we need to be.
Bootstrap Billy.
But listen, last man standing,
Scotty Brooks,
is not a joke. If you're not familiar, Trev, do you know what a last man standing match is?
Yeah.
Beat a man to death till he can't get up past the count of 10, just like boxing, right?
Yeah.
Beat him down, count to 10. If you can't get up, match is over. Anything goes. Anything goes in this match. We're liable to end up out on Logan Street itself beating the hell out of each other.
Oh, shit.
We might end up in Heathen's Den. We might end up in the Wing Factory. We might end up in Burrito Brothers. We might end up at After 5. We might end up at damn Main Street at the Spillway. There's no telling where we're going to end up, but we are going to, Frankie, I have no love lost for that man. I want to, you want to come in, you want to insult my people, you want to insult me, and then you can't beat me. So now you go and you cry like a little bitch for a rematch. Yeah, that says Queen of TNA all over it. And then he wants to come out during there. He wants to tell me that I'm going to freeze like Windows 95. Well, yeah, he's like Windows 95 too. He's old and he's had his time, and my time is now.
Bitch, this is a Mac 3 with an M2 chip.
I am ready. Listen, after everything that's happened, I am ready to run through a brick wall. If I don't succeed that night, I am not only letting myself down, I am not only letting my friends down, I am letting my town and my community down.
It's a lot of pressure, though.
It is a lot of pressure.
Real quick. It's a lot of pressure. Now, I believe in you. Always believed in you.
Do you believe in Joe Hendry?
Not as much as I believe in Spotlight Scotty.
I appreciate that.
I'll tell you that right now.
I appreciate
So I just want you to know, it is a lot of pressure. And we're expecting it. We're showing up for you. You beat them once. To me, it's light work. It's easy work.
No, I don't look at it as that because, a man like that's been around as long as he has, 26 years in the business. He knows every little trick.
That's how old Trev is.
He knows every little trick of the trade. He knows every little nook and cranny within the rule book. He knows, and there's no rules that night. So he knows how to hurt a man.
Are you ready for that is what I'm asking.
Man, I'm telling you what, I'm training just about every day. I'm getting my cardio up. I'm putting in some extra training with some friends of mine and some family members of mine that can show me some things. I've spoken with some friends high up.
So you're coming prepared.
They've got a scouting report. Yeah, I'm not just there just to put on the show. I'm there to keep
That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear.
And unless there's some sort of outside interference, I don't think I know I can beat Frankie Kazarian. I did it once. I'll do it again. I'll do it every time I show up with him.
That's what the fuck I'm talking.
But there's the thing too, though, is he didn't fly across the country from California to get beat and then want to fly back across the country to get beat again. So he's gonna be coming in with some vengeance too.
Absolutely, and I can only, hey, look, Frankie, if you want to run it back, fly me to California. I'll whip your ass in California. I don't care. I'll fly out to Rancho Mirage. I'll fly to Beverly Hills. I'll fly to San Francisco. I'll go to Palo Alto. Shall I keep going? Sacramento.
Listen.
It doesn't matter. I mean,
It doesn't matter.
I want to double check. Trev, can you double check the camera? We're up against the cutoff. Last words. We good? Last words right here. November 16th, 29 Logan Street at the Marion Box Factory, HWA.
And Ring of Fire.
And Ring of Fire, presented by D-Ray Plays.
By D-Ray Plays
and
and
Aladino
Elevate.
Cigars and Elevate and
McDowell Tire.
And McDowell Tire.
And hey, wait a minute. Let's get another shout out because they just sponsored us yesterday.
Okay.
Ingenious Coffee Roasters.
And Ingenious Coffee. Love them, bro. R.I.P. to Coffee Flop.
You forgot one. It's on Rutherford Road.
Which one?
It's a restaurant.
And
Elevate.
the one and only Eddie's Pizza.
Eddie's Pizza. Eddie's Pizza. Yeah, well, we love Sammy. We love Eddie.
Eddie's
We love
Pizza
them.
presents
We love them all.
Collision Course.
That's right.
Spotlight Scotty Books versus Frankie Kazarian. For the Ring of Fire Heavyweight Championship of the World. I want you to sign us out. This is the last thing the people are gonna hear. I want you to talk to Frankie Kazarian right now.
Frankie Kazarian, you and I, we met one time before. You said you were the king of TNA. I conquered the TNA. Does that make me the king? I don't think so because I've still got to go there and I've got to work my way up there. Frankie, you're coming to Marion, North Carolina. This is my hometown. This is my place. These are my people. You just remember that whenever you step foot here, no matter what happens, you show respect, you mind your manners, and just make sure you're there on time for that ass whipping that you're going to get. I'm pulling out all the stops, the proverbial stop sign. I'm pulling it out. I don't care what happens to me that night, as long as I walk out the champion still. For all of my friends, all my family, and all my fans. You, Frankie Kazarian, we're going to remember one thing. Yeah, you may be the TNA champ, not the champion, but the king of TNA. You may be a TNA superstar and have just appeared on WWE NXT in the last 6 months. But you remember one thing. I am Spotlight Scotty Brooks. I only see spotlights, and spotlights only see me.